From the outside, it looked like all the other books on the shelves. It was dark green, with gold writing stamped on the cover. The title was My Journal. It was fatter than most of the books, though, and contained dozens of pages as thin as onion skin filled with spidery black handwriting and even some drawings. Annabelle stepped off the stool and sat on the floor to look through My Journal. She opened to the first page, and there she found the words, The Private Diary of Sarah Dahl, May 1955. Sarah Dahl. That must be Auntie Sarah, Annabelle had thought. She gasped. When she heard the voices of Mama and Papa on the staircase, she had shoved the book under the hem of her long dress. Annabelle, Mama had said, let's have a bit of family time while we can still talk freely, and then we will have to go back to our places. Kate will be up soon. All right, replied Annabelle. She had managed to scurry upstairs without anyone seeing the book, and she had hidden it under the covers of her bed. She knew that was dangerous. What if Kate, of all people, should find the book there while she was playing in the dollhouse? But Annabelle couldn't help herself. For the last week, she had read the book in snatches whenever Kate was gone or asleep, and Annabelle's family was in other rooms. Each time she read a few more pages, she would close the book and once again place it under the covers, feeling restless. Annabelle was used to feeling bored, but not restless. Something was wrong with her life. Something was missing. It wasn't anything specific, such as a hairbrush or a shoe. Annabelle didn't even think it was Auntie Sarah. Not exactly. It was... What was it? Was it possible to miss something you had never had? Annabelle now sat stiffly on Bobby's bed, waiting for Kate to be called downstairs for supper. She thought about the last time the dolls had seen Auntie Sarah. Annabelle remembered it as a day like any other, except that one moment Auntie Sarah was in the parlor, and the next moment she wasn't. And she hadn't been seen since. Annabelle thought again about Auntie Sarah's journal. Many of the pages were filled with drawings, mainly drawings of spiders. In some of the drawings, Auntie Sarah had even labeled the parts of the spiders. Annabelle had just read a few pages of the words, and this had taken her a long time because Auntie Sarah's crawly handwriting was hard to read. All Annabelle had learned so far was that daily life in 1955 had barely been different from Annabelle's life today. Annabelle let out a sigh, hoping Kate wouldn't hear her. If Kate had a secret, Annabelle thought, whom would she tell it to? Chapter 2. The Mystery of Auntie Sarah. Well, late night was the dolls' very best time. The morning wasn't bad. By 9 o'clock on most days, Mr. and Mrs. Palmer had left their jobs. Kate had left for school, and Grandma Catherine had taken Nora to preschool. Often, Grandma Catherine ran errands after that, so the dolls had some time to themselves. One Wednesday, exactly a week after she had found Auntie Sarah's journal, Annabelle was lying on the floor of the nursery drawing pictures of spiders when she heard the Palmer's clock chime noon. Noon! Exclaimed Annabelle. She had lost track of time. Just as she was shoving her papers under her bed, she heard voices from downstairs. Nora's home, Mama said in a loud voice. Places, everyone! Annabelle tossed herself on the floor where Kate had left her the night before. A moment later, Nora was standing on the stool in front of the doll's house, her hands on her hips. She peered inside. Kate had not closed the front of the house, so Nora reached in. Hum, hum-de-hum, she sang softly. Look, Captain, look what Kate's dollies can do. The captain, sleeping on his spot on Katie's bed, didn't stir. Nora picked up Bobby. She bounced him down the stairs. Boink, 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 she said. She flew him out of the house and into the doll's kitchen, opened the front of the old-fashioned icebox, and stuffed him inside. Then she picked up baby Betty and tried to stuff her inside. Uh-oh, baby Betsy, your head is too big. You do not fit. Nora left baby Betsy on the kitchen floor. She put Uncle Doll in the icebox with Bobby. And then she bounced Annabelle down the stairs. Boink, boink, boink. Okay, Annabelle, come into the kitchen for a surprise. Nora bounced Annabelle through the dining room and into the kitchen. Open the icebox. Annabelle, look inside. The dollies are in the icebox. How did they get in there? Nora regarded the dolls. You dollies have no pets, she said. No pets at all. How sad. You need some pets. I know. Rancher family. Nora tossed Annabelle and Bobby back into the nursery, then ran from the room. No, 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 thought Annabelle. Not Rancher family. Nora was running back into Kate's room, carrying a pail full of plastic farm animals, when Annabelle dared to turn around and glance at Bobby. He was rolling under his bed. Bobby, hissed Nanny from her room. Before she could say no more, Nora would hear her. Here we go, Rancher family, said Nora, reaching into the pail. She set 2 cows and one of her horses in the parlor of the dollhouse. Then she grabbed Annabelle, Nanny, and Uncle Doll and sat Annabelle and Uncle Doll on the cows and Nanny on the horse. Riding cowboys, called Nora. Now it's time for the roundup. Yippee-ki-yo-ki-yay! Gallop, gallop. Nora made the cows and the horses gallop from the parlor, through the dining room, into the kitchen, and back to the parlor. Oh, thought Annabelle, this is disgusting. I am sitting on Nora's dirty old cow. She looked at a gray wad of formerly pink bubblegum dangling from one of its ears. The cow wobbled on 3 legs, as the 4th was shorter and badly misshapen, sporting tiny rows of teeth marks from above the knee down to the hoof. While Annabelle perched precariously on her cow, she stole a glance at Nanny. Nanny had always said that having animals in the house was unseemly, and Annabelle knew why. All of Nora's animals were slimy and grimy and gray, and who knew where they'd been? Annabelle sat miserably on the back of the cow. Oh, please, someone save me, she thought. And at that moment, she heard a voice call from downstairs. Nora, lunchtime! Okay, Nora replied. She scooped most of her animals back into their bucket, but she left 2 dusty chickens behind, and she left Nanny on the horse, and Annabelle and Uncle Doll on the cows.